team returns 15 players, including 3 all Big Ten honorees. That's all the sports I have for you tonight. Now back to you, ladies.
Thank you, Adam. And Michigan sports this year has really been a heartbreaking story.
Been pretty disappointing.
Pretty disappointing, especially as seniors. But hey, we have the softball team, right?
We have the softball team.
So hopefully they'll pull through for us. And now that we're all finished with sports, we're going to turn to Devon to give us a little peek at what our weather is going to be for this week. Devon?
Thanks, girls. Outside right now we have 21 degrees and it is snowing as we speak. How much snow and when will it end? I'll let you know in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Devon. And now we're going to turn to our local news.
In Ann Arbor schools, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Financial records show that the Ann Arbor School District's poorest elementary school gets fewer dollars per student from the general fund than any other school in the district. The district spends about $938 per student on Mitchell Elementary School. This number is well below the district average of $7,551 spent per student at the elementary level. With more than 60% of its student body receiving free or reduced lunch rates, Mitchell has a higher population of students living in poverty than any other Ann Arbor school. And they say that if you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen. And an Ypsilanti family knows the meaning of this expression all too well. A family of 3 in a bungalow in the 1100 block of Evelyn Avenue was displaced from their home by a kitchen fire on Tuesday afternoon. The family is receiving food, lodging, and assistance from the Washtenaw County chapter of the American Red Cross. Ypsilanti firefighters responded to a call about a kitchen fire at 2:39 p.m. Captain Brad Johnson said the fire was confined to the kitchen, but smoke damages were extensive throughout the home.
And the introduction of Apple's new iPad tablet device today is prompting an uneven reaction from the Ann Arbor region's book industry. The tablet, which is likely to include e-reader capability, could boost sales for firms like struggling Ann Arbor-based bookstore chain Borders. However, Apple could deliver a demoralizing blow to Borders if rumors turn out to be true. A deal may have been struck to sell Barnes & Noble's electronic books on the tablet. Borders stock slipped 15.6% to 96 cents yesterday as rumors circulated about the Apple Barnes & Noble deal. And CEO Ron Marshall resigned from the company. And an Ann Arbor man was arrested Monday night after reported assault at Glencoe Hills Apartments. The 28-year-old was accused of wielding a knife at a Pittsfield Township resident. At 9:54 p.m., the man was taken to the Washtenaw County Jail. Gordy Schick, the township's deputy director of police services, stated that prosecutors declined to file charges against the man today.
And now in the studio is Ariana Gerber, and she's going to fill us in on some health news. Ariana.
Thank you, ladies. An increase in teen mothers has health officials worried. The teenage pregnancy rate has increased by 3% since 2006. This came as a shock after the pregnancy rate declined throughout the 1990s until leveling off in the early 2000s. Sexual activity, however, has not increased. According to officials, the problem is contraceptive use. Sexually active teens today are using less effective means of birth control. It is not surprising that 80% of teen pregnancies are unplanned. The Texas School of Public Health is looking into the upward trend. The school's director of the Center for Health Promotion and Prevention Research, Susan Tortolero, explains, quote, "It is a cycle where the child of a teen is more likely to get pregnant, drop out of school, and live in poverty," end quote. U.S. health officials also announced on Tuesday the recall of 2 million needles. The needles, made by Japanese company Nipro, are used in health clinics across the country. Chronically ill patients depend on these needles used to access ports under the skin. The FDA discovered the principal problem. The administration explains that the needles could cause silicone pieces of the port to break off and enter the bloodstream. No harm has been reported yet. And finally, some good health news. Turn up those iPods because a new study shows each generation's hearing is better than the last, regardless of loud noise. The study, performed at the University of Wisconsin at Madison, monitored the hearing of 5,300 people from 1993 to 2008. The primary study author, Karen Cruikshanks, discovered a 6% drop in hearing impairment for women. For men, Cruikshanks noted a 13% decrease. That's all for your health news tonight. Back to you, Mia.
Thanks for that, Ari. Let's return now to some more news going on in our area. In Washtenaw County, sheriffs are still seeking 3 suspects in the shooting of Superior Township resident Jamar Gardner. The shooting, which took place last Saturday, happened after a fistfight, although motives are unclear. Larry Lewis Hunter is being sought as the shooter of Gardner, while LaShawn Antonio Covington and Margaret Tracy Pittman are accused of assisting. The three suspects are thought to have driven away in a green sedan. Anyone with information is asked to call the sheriff's tip line at 734-973-7711. And starting in March and continuing through November, there will be construction on West Stadium Boulevard. The project will include creating bike lanes, constructing new large-capacity sewer pipes, removing and replacing trees, building new sidewalk ramps, and adding LED energy-efficient streetlights. If you want to learn more, on Wednesday, February 3rd, there will be an informational open house about the construction at Trinity Lutheran Church at 7 p.m.
Well, that construction is always a bummer, and so is this weather we've been having. We have Devon now to see if these frigid temperatures are going to stick around much longer. Devon?
Thanks, guys. Currently outside we have 21 degrees under some light snow. You'll see that if you're walking to class, if you have a class this late, and the winds are out of the southwest at 13 miles per hour. Today we saw a high of 26 degrees. It was just a few degrees below our average. You can see that we did hit our average low of 16 degrees, and there was records of 63 and -8 sent back in 1916 and 1927 respectively. The radar outside right now, you can see that we have a few stray snow showers. That was a tongue twister right there. From Chicago all the way out into Kalamazoo, pushing into our area. We still have a few snow showers right now. They'll be picking up, as you can see with the darker blues here, over the next several hours and into the overnight period. Looking at the surface map, you can see that we've got a low pressure centered off to our north and east, dragging along a cold front. And if you'll follow this low right down here, this will be making some big weather news over the next couple of days. If we look at tomorrow, you can see that that cold front will be pushing its way off to the east, getting out of our area, clearing it off just a little bit with a couple of flurries left over, and that storm system starts to pick up in Texas. Looking at tomorrow night, you can see the cold front pushes off the coast. The low lingers around the New England area, and we, again, still are just developing this system with the greens being rain, the whites and the pinks being freezing rain and snow. Looking at Friday, again, we just have a few stray snow showers due to some lake effect snow in our area, and that low still just malingering off there on the Maine coast. And this low pressure, again, just keeping an eye on this. If you have any relatives down here in the south, you might want to let them know. Bundle up and get those snow shovels out, because it's going to be a bit of a snowfall down there. Looking a little closer to home, tonight we can expect a low of 15 degrees with some blustery winds out there at 15 miles per hour and gusts up to 25. Expect the wind chill to be around 0 tonight, so if you're out late, please bundle up and cover all exposed skin area. We can expect about an inch of snow, maybe a little bit less than that, in fact. And looking at tomorrow, there we go, 18 degrees, and we'll still just be getting colder and colder as the day goes on. Expect a few light snow showers as we go through due to some lake effect snow, and the winds will be ridiculously blustery out of the northwest at 20 miles per hour. Gusts almost up to tropical storm force at 35 miles per hour. Look at the next 5 days. You can see that that cold front will be bringing in some very cold temperatures. Look at that. The lows Thursday and Friday, 4 degrees, 7 degrees, with wind chills down around -10. That is the coldest we've seen so far, and hopefully the coldest we will see over the next several months. And we will be warming back up Saturday, Sunday, into Monday, back to near average temperatures, reaching up into the upper 20s. We should, remember, be right around freezing at 32. Well, I'm sorry I can't bring any warmer news, but here's hoping it's a little bit warmer next week. Send it back to you guys.
Oh no, that's cold.
That's way too cold. I don't like the news coming out of the weather station, Devon.
Fail.
But I think that's what we get for living in Michigan. Well, now we'll turn to news that's affecting our state this week.
Yesterday, Michigan Senate passed a bill that bans texting while driving, but some claim the measure is watered down, while in other states this is a primary offense. The bills decree that texting while driving is a secondary offense, so police will need another reason like speeding to pull over motorists. The amendment that would have made texting while driving a primary offense narrowly failed. The fine for a first offense is $200 and up to $2,750 in civil or criminal penalties for drivers of commercial vehicles like buses and large trucks. and a suspicious item